Welcome to the 5 on 5. We are pleased to be joined today by Senator Alan Deboer. Senator Deboer, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you for the service you provide.
Well, let's just, before we get talking about the session, you were recently meeting with the Secretary of Interior, Ryan Zinke, as he visited this past weekend. What were your takeaways from the meeting?
Well, I think my goal as a state senator is to bring people together. And so I was wanting to hear from both sides. I didn't really talk. I mean, I listened to the citizens that had opponents and proponents and listened to the discussions, because what we don't want to do is divide people. I mean, I think the biggest goal we have is how do we bring our nation back together so that we're working together for common sense solutions and try to simplify things so they become a little bit easier. I was impressed with the Secretary of Interior. You know, he was a former Duck. He was a center on the toilet bowl game. But he set up meetings that were really not well publicized, which was on purpose, with people that were against the monument, people that were for the monument, and listened very intently. And I had a chance to sit into a lot of those, and I know he met with the Indian tribes. And so that he was hearing one side and not an argument. And I was really impressed with that. And I think Greg Walden was here paying attention, and I was very impressed with the guy. So I was glad to spend my weekend traipsing around with him and Greg and to the various meetings. And
we'll see what comes of the information that he took in from the weekend.
Yep.
And you had a busy session. I guess we'll get into that. Maybe just talk about how it was for you overall.
Well, it's 5 months long. I was glad last Monday I didn't have to get up at 4:30 to be in Salem by 9. So I drove that every week, as the former Senator Alan Bates did, who was a friend of mine. It wasn't a surprise to me. The experience I have in so many things, it was really using a lot of that experience to try to get together with people and bring solutions. What I find is they make everything complicated. And then it becomes a real hard issue to deal with, and then it takes weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. And I think we need to find simple solutions. And I think having people with business and tax experience and experiences in a far range is of real value to the voters. And I certainly understand who I work for, and that's the voters. So we had a lot of lobbyists and special interest groups that tried to draft people to send stuff, and I'm going to tell to anybody that wants to contact your legislator, go on to the Oregon legislative system. It's easy. There's a website you can download and a quick link. You can watch any bill. You can watch the meetings. You can track the bill. You can see what it's doing. But if you're going to contact your legislator, do it yourself. Don't have somebody forward and then you forward it. And include your address and phone number. I love to talk to people, so I try to call everybody back. I publish my cell phone number, and for people who don't have it, it's 541-944-1600, and people respect that, and I'm grateful. But we need to get out of the whole thing where we're trying to push one side or push the other. And that's what the lobbyists do, and people that want specific things that get bills written. I think the general population wants us to do our job well, not create problems, try to streamline life and make life a little bit easier.
Well, we've got much more to talk about, but we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We are pleased to be joined once again by Senator Alan Deboer. Senator Deboer, thank you for being here with us. Talking about the past legislative session, what are you going to be busy with now post-session?
I think the biggest thing is we need a 10-year plan for education. We need to deal with PERS. We need to figure out how much more revenue they need to actually decrease class size. I love the teaching profession. I think it's the best thing. We'll all remember the teacher that changed our lives, right? Mm-hmm. And so we need to figure out how we get the teachers to be respected and enjoy their job. And the class size is so high that it's hard for the students, it's hard for the teacher. I think the workload's incredible. So what can we do to provide revenue to lower the class size? And the dropout rate of new teachers is almost 40% in the first 4 years. So exit interviews. We need to put the fun back in the job and let the teacher teach. I don't know how many bills we've passed in the last 10 years that require education or teachers to have specific programs, specific reports, and every one of those requires some new people in the district that just do paperwork.
Any bills that you anticipate you want to work on this next time around? You had proposed your first one this session. Anything you want to look at? Does it have to do with education or something else?
I'm with the big picture. A 10-year plan for education, the funding to get it so that it actually accomplishes goals. The PERS is the biggest issue. We didn't do anything about it. We keep kicking the can down the road. And it's the single biggest issue in the state of Oregon. Illinois, which is very close to bankruptcy, and several other states couldn't balance their budget. We did go out there, we passed the largest school budget ever on time, early June, in time for the school districts to know the amount, $8.2 billion. Protesters were up there screaming 8.2 is not enough, 8.2 is not enough. It was pretty rude to the various elected officials. But we also added $170 million, which takes it almost to the $8.4 billion for career education, the voter-passed measure. So I'm proud of what we did up there. Now we just need a long-range plan, because I don't think any of that's going to deal with class size.
Okay. Well, it sounds like even though you're done with that first session, have that under your belt, you're not slowing down. We appreciate you coming in today and sharing what you took away from this past session.
That's what life's all about, right?
Thanks so much.
Continuing education. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator. We'll be right back.